Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make moving objects in Roblox Studios. Now, in order to do this, you'll need a few things. You'll need the rigging plugin. You can literally use any rigging plugin. You really just need to go over here to Toolbox, go to Models, plugins, go to plugins, and as you can see down here we have the rigging editor. This is the one I use. You can also use rig edit light if you want. I just use the regular rig editor that you get from there. So now here's what we need to do. First thing we need to do is insert a part. I'm just going, you could use this for like meshes if you want, or if you already have a build you could use that. I'm just going to use these parts, and I want to make another part, and I'll just use two parts. Yeah, these two parts actually. I'll just duplicate it and then make it on top like this. Alright, so now we have this, our two blocks, the things we're going to be using. Now, or if we want, actually, we're going to make a third block, right? And it's actually, yeah. So here's what we need to do. We need to make a root part. So, like a humanoid root part, just like we have in all of our characters. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this one on the bottom, make it a tad bit smaller so that it doesn't interfere with what we're making. And then we're going to go over here to explore and we're going to call it root. Now you can call it whatever you want, it just needs to be a root part. Also the root part needs to go to properties, needs to be anchored, and I'm going to turn off can collide. Now that we have those like that, now what we need to do is we need to start rigging it. Actually, never mind. Before we do, we need to get our three parts. We need to do Control G, or you could just right click and group, and you'll have the group option. So now what we're gonna call this is blocks. I'm just gonna call it blocks. And now the next thing that we need to do is go over to rigging, our rig editor. Now we need to open our blocks, and I just like pressing it from the explorer because I think it's easier. And now we need to click our rig. Actually, oh no, wait 1 second, no. We need to add a humanoid root part into our blocks. We need to add a humanoid root part. You need a humanoid root part in order to make a rig. You could still have a humanoid, but call it something different. You just need a humanoid root part for your rig. So we're going to go to our rig editor. We're going to press our rig. Continue. Now we need to choose a base part. I'm going to do this from the explorer. If your humanoid, if your root part is out, then I put mine inside, but if it's out, then you could just do it that way from the workspace, but I'm doing it from the explorer. Now it says select a part to be the base part. We click root, we click our first block, we click root again, we click the next part that we want. And so now that we have them, our rigs, we have our, and there's basically using Motor 6 RDMs for it. But you could, you don't actually have to have a rig editor. It's just easier to use it. You could literally just insert a Motor 6 RDM, and all the Motor 6 RDM is really doing is just connecting the two parts. It's just connecting the two parts. And you could do that without having to use it, but it's just easier to use a rig editor because it does it automatically. So now we press our block. And now we could go to the Roblox. You can use Moon Editor if you want to. Moon Editor is just this down here. But I am just going to use the default editor. Now, we press our rig. And now, wait, the rig contains multiple parts which share the same. Okay. Okay, I messed up. So make sure the parts don't have the same name. Messed up on that one. We'll just name this part 2. We'll just name this part 2. Now let's go back to the animator. Click it. Make sure none of your parts are named the same thing. That was my mistake. I'm just going to call this animation block. Now, when we have the block, we see if your parts are not in all the way, I just like I'm just going to click this right here. We have this piece. I'm just going to add all of my parts into here because I just like doing it from animation editor anyways. So now what we want to do is have part 1 come up. So we're going to do this. We're going to have part 1 come up like this. We're going to move this back over here. I'm going to go right here. And then I'm just going to make it go up. And then I'm just going to make it. And actually, we don't really need this. We could just put this one back. So now I have this. And now I'm on this one. I'm just going to make it fall. I'm going to make it fall. Then I want to increase it by 2. And now what I want to do is make it go up. Go over here. Copy selected. Keyframes, paste keyframe. And now what I basically want to do is go here. So let's look at our animation now. You see how it does a bounce? Well, now on that bounce, I want it to change it to out. I'm just doing this for my animation. You don't really need to go all technical for yours. I'm just doing this. Make it go out. Make the style bounce. And now we have our animation. You see, it goes up. As you can see, our block's going up, falls, goes up, falls. Now we want to loop this. I'm gonna make it loop. Looping it basically makes it play constantly, just like this. Even after it's done, it's still going. And now I'm going to export my animation to block made by me. I'm going to submit it. And then now I'm going to press copy the ID. And now we could basically close the animator. Close the animator. And I copied the animation ID. So now the next step is I already have a script here. I'll leave everything I'm using for this video in the description if you want it. I just have this script I always use for this. I'll just go to animation. I'll paste the one we just did into here. And now that it's pasted, it's pasted. Now, wait. Okay. So what you need to do is go if you're going to the script. If you don't have your own, you could just use the one in the description, and you just put it inside of your block. Just put inside the model. You have the script. You go to animation. You go to this. You can put your animation in. Um, and that's it, and it should play. So now what we're going to do is press play and see if our animation works. We're just gonna wait for the game to load so that we can go in. This always takes too long. Okay, we're entering the game. Alright, give it a second. This always takes way too long. I don't know why. If it's my computer or like Roblox, no idea. Alright, now we're in the game. Where did it go? And as you can see right off the bat, the animation is working. It's going up, it's going down, and we have moving parts inside of our game. And as you can see, our animation plays flawlessly. Now what happens if I go here? Well, I'm just gonna get pushed out. But that's how you can make moving parts, and you don't have to script any of this. You could just use the script in the description below, your animation in, and it automatically plays. You can use this for meshes. You can use this for bone meshes. Like I tried that out with a cape I did, and it worked, and it played on the character, and it works. Oh, ooh. But you know, you could just use this for any of your games to give something more life. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one.